what a remarkable room. What a remarkable group of honorees. Edie, I'm touched to know your story and know the work you've done for all these many years. And Irv, I've been touched by you in many ways, and luckily my shrink has been able to untouch me the way you've touched me. And I've been told to keep it very short. I have a beautiful script. And this year they invited me back because they thought that perhaps I might be a little bit more restrained, but really, no one really knows me all that well, including Michael Adams, who I've known since I was in law school. So I don't follow scripts. I'm the head of the ACLU. Free speech is my business. So, now, it's completely true what Urvashi said about the challenges we confront. But you know what? Tonight is the beginning of our valedictory. Because tonight, we stand on the cusp of the most transforming years of the gay rights movement. We are in a room as if we were African Americans in circa 1953 on the eve of Brown versus Board of Education. And while it's very dangerous for someone like me in my position to predict the future, I'm going to give it a chance. You look at how much progress we've made in the last year. We have now struck down a law in Florida that has been on the books for 30 years that allows gay and lesbian parents to adopt. We have the don't ask, don't tell policy in complete chaos. Will they let the gay soldiers perform? Will that opinion in Washington State be upheld? How about that other lawsuit? Their knickers are so bunched up. They have no idea that we're already in the military and we're gaining our rights. Look in California, the DOMA case. The case that many of us, myself included, thought was dead on arrival, that we ought not push it that hard. And yet, much to my delight, much to my great civil rights, we won that case. We are poised at such a point as members of the LGBT community where we will win full equality in the very near future. And even though the voices of opposition and our forces of opposition try to cudgel a sniveling Congress and a somewhat sniveling administration into submission, what we have to be is the backbone of our community. And you know what, guys and gals? It's not going to get done cheap. Because frankly, it's taken us too long to get to this point. The first same-sex marriage case was brought by the ACLU in 1971 in Indiana. We lost that case, in case you didn't guess. Here we are in 2010, on the verge of making that difference. And SAGE is a critical part of that landscape. The work we do with young gay and lesbian students is the entry level of gay and lesbians and gay and lesbian full equality in the schools. The bullying, the hate crimes that go on in schools and universities that target our kids before they know how to defend them from families and communities that won't defend them, before we can intercede to make sure they live their full humanity. That's a big part of what we're doing. Then when we get to be adults, the middle of the pipeline, we're fighting for full marriage equality and full rights, full employment, making sure you can't lose a job because you're gay or lesbian, making sure that you can serve in the military. That's for the adults who are gainfully employed. SAGE is the end of the pipeline. That after having fought for our dignity and having lived life with courage and with dignity, we should be able to enjoy our elder years in dignity. SAGE is the only organization in the country working on that third part of the pipeline. There are many working on bullying and kids in schools, my organization included. There are many of us working on the rights of people who are gainfully employed in the vigorous years of their lives. It is only SAGE that has staked out that final part of what's going to allow us to live and die with dignity as gay and lesbian elders. Now, the federal government has anteed up money. We heard about the seminal grant we just got from the federal government. We heard about the grant from the New York City Council. But you know what? We can't rely upon government. The Tea Partiers might take over the government. And then, no. I agree with you. What do you think I like the Tea Partiers? Some of them are cute, but I'm not about to screw around with them, frankly. Maybe. But we need to step up to the plate, my friends. And so please turn up the house lights. I'm going to kind of make this a little bit more interesting. Okay, now I get to see your smiling faces. I make a gift every year to SAGE. Tonight, we have 3 foundations that are willing to match what we raise tonight, dollar for dollar. And we have a goal of raising $40,000 this evening. Now, that may sound like a lot of money. I watched some of you bid on photographs out there where you're bidding on naked bodies of women and men for $1,200, $2,000, and all you get's a photograph. Okay, I bid on one too, you'll see. But here you get to bid on your future. And so what I'd like you to think about, right, is to think about in your lives what is a personally significant gift. It's not to say, I want you to give away the family farm. It's not to say, I want you to leave your wedding band on the table. It's not to say, I want you to sign over the unemployment check or anything else that you've gotten to SAGE. But I also know that in this room, myself included, the amount of money that we spend on things that are far less important, that are much more ephemeral than the future, is often much greater than what we'll give to organizations we care about. The suit I'm wearing, many of you might compliment me, I spent a lot of money on it, is nothing like the importance of the work of SAGE. So I have made out another check. I know it's off script, to hell with you all. Don't invite me next year if you want me to stick to script. Or I'll give you a video and you can edit it. It's doubling my gift. And so I'd like those of you who are current donors to SAGE to show me how many of you are willing to double your gift. You have pledge cards on your tables. You can fill them out. We'll have SAGE volunteers. You can do it. The amount of money you can double your gift is the amount of money you might spend on a meal, on a tie, on a pair of shoes, on a photograph, on a suit. And what you're spending it on is our future. So come on, folks. I got the house lights on. I want to see your faces. Someone put up the hand first. Someone put up the hand first. Thank you. Over here. What?